So two experienced players going head-to-head, two former world #1s.
First set.
It will be absolutely absorbing, guaranteed. Pete Hodges and Alicia Mollett to talk you through it. Caroline Wozniacki to get this final underway. That first serve percentage being important for Wozniacki, and you can see that Venus Williams getting on top of the second serve, getting herself forward. Is that going to be the order of the day for the American?
I think it's really important for Venus. She will try and take every off-pace ball early. Caroline has really enjoyed flipping a lot of balls up high. No question, Venus needs to step in. Condense the points. I think that's the order of the day for her. I think Venus too will be fighting a little bit of fatigue. I mean, there's no question. It's taken a lot out of her throughout this week in Singapore, both physically, emotionally. A lot of long topsy-turvy matches, and in quick succession too.
Talking in quick succession, a quick service hold for Wozniacki, ideal start for the Dane. And of course, we were mentioning about the head-to-head record, the fact that she's got to get over this psychological hurdle. Lost 7 matches out of 7 to Venus Williams in the past, but she's come over a couple of psychological hurdles already this year. She lost her first 6 finals, but yet won in Tokyo, and she's a tough cookie, isn't she, Wozniacki, when it comes to anything psychologically?
I had a good chat with her father, Piotr, last night. He was incredibly confident, I think, because of the fact that she's had a wonderful week here, played so solidly. He believes she will do it today, and it was a genuine belief, which surprised me. No question in his mind.
And that may well have rubbed off on her, seeing how confident he was.
Absolutely.
Venus Williams at her finest already.
I really loved that from Venus, opening up the court with spin. So she was able to jag Caroline Wozniacki off the court, and then immediately following the ball forward.
Fine return.
A lot of other opponents playing against Caroline Wozniacki have allowed her to neutralise too many points, allow her back into too many situations, and I think Venus will be looking to close out points and opportunities very quickly. I think that's the ability which she possesses. She can really condense the points, wins the majority within 3 hits.
About the first serve percentage being important for Wozniacki. The same can be said about Venus Williams.
15.
One statistic that hasn't been great for her this year has been off the second serve. She's 7th out of the 8 players in terms of points won behind it. Seven-time Grand Slam champion, perhaps laying down a marker early on against someone that she has beaten many a time before.
You have to love this from Venus Williams. Just notice on her volley, she opts to hit the angle volley, ball staying low. It's really grabbing and gripping. Just popping it where her opponent wasn't.
15.
And there is that serve that's been talked about so much too from Wozniacki. 18th ace of the tournament, leading the way in that count. It's always a shame in the final, isn't it, Alicia, when two players take a while to settle.
They need to be on it from the start. And that shot we saw in picture before, the backhand laser line from Wozniacki, it really is a trademark of her game. It's the mainstay, it wins her so many points. She's so good at changing direction off it.
Love.
You were saying to me off air before this match, Alicia, you thought Venus Williams would come out of the blocks racing, taking on everything, and she's done just that.
It's not just a mindset. I think it's to make Caroline Wozniacki remember just why she has a 7-0 winning record over her.
Again, Wozniacki.
It's been a good start all round. A little look across the court from Wozniacki just to say, I'm up for this one. They may be good friends. There'll be a fierce rivalry. Both will want this one. Wozniacki leading 2-1. Fourth year of hosting the WTA Finals. The final we have already, just 9 minutes on the clock. Seen plenty of winners. So much to talk about in that point. Got to say, I love the move from Wozniacki up the court, doing everything right, but almost gifted the point back to Venus with the volley.
Love 15.
She didn't put it away, but she didn't panic either. Caroline Wozniacki, complete trust and faith in herself, goes back in the same direction to Venus. Look at the motor, chases it down. That's the short points that I'm talking about, Pete. Every single time that you see Caroline Wozniacki on the stretch, whether it be using her slice backhand or hitting the squash-like slice forehand, you will see Venus Williams moving forward. And I think it's really held her in good stead throughout this week, Venus, taking so many balls out of the air.
You mentioned about first serve percentage. Both players so far haven't lost a point behind the first serve.
That's 15.
And for Caroline today, as soon as she can in every rally, if she gets the opportunity, I think it's vital she steps in and uses her line backhand. She hits it better than most. Pinpoint accuracy.
40-15.
Of course, Venus Williams, the oldest finalist ever for WTA Finals at 37. Asked after that win over Muguruza what her secret was, she said fruit and sunscreen. But asked in the press conference about her longevity when being compared to Martina Hingis, she just said, I like my job. That's why I'm here. Not sure she enjoyed that point as Wozniacki steals it.
Well, the move from Wozniacki to flip the ball up for Venus Williams, again, just testing out her hitting height, almost trying to bait her into hitting something too big. Love the move forward. Just not enough on the first volley from Venus.
Tennis from Wozniacki. You mentioned the backhand. She's been hitting that backhand 4 kilometres harder than a forehand, and you can tell that there.
Let's have a look at the contact point. Caroline Wozniacki half a step inside the baseline in the purple of the court, and that's why it's such a good shot, because it doesn't allow Venus Williams much time to retrieve the ball. That's why her backhand's so effective. She likes to take it early.
Yes.
On the other hand, the forehand from Caroline Wozniacki, she prefers to maybe take half a step back and give herself a little bit more time. Her swing is a fraction longer.
That is exactly where Wozniacki wants to keep Venus Williams, back behind that baseline.
Wozniacki.
Second break point for the Dane. Fabulous tennis from Wozniacki. And it is the Dane who breaks first in the final.
Wozniacki leads.
And we're fortunate enough to be joined by Kim Clijsters once again. Kim, what have you made of the start from Wozniacki?
It's a good start. I think, although it's a huge occasion, both girls are really into the match already from the start, and that's great to see on a night like tonight.
Hasn't beaten Venus in 7 meetings. How long does it take to get over the intimidation factor over someone like Venus? I mean, think back to your first few matches against her in your career.
I mean, I remember the first time.
Or weren't you intimidated? You probably weren't.
No, I was, very much so. I remember the first time I was standing in front of her at the net doing the coin toss. I was like, oh my God. And that intimidation factor is definitely can play a big factor. And, you know, it takes some time to get over that. And, you know, I think it took me about 3-4 times before I was able to kind of put, you know, the person and the status of somebody like Venus aside, and just saw it as another tennis match.
Like the great champion she is, back comes the American. And comes forward once again.
And that's just a great example of what I was trying to explain before. I think Caroline Wozniacki is just so much better at creating depth from her backhand wing. And I know she likes to hit with a lot of height on the forehand side, but on that occasion dropping it short. And that's one area where I think Venus can really pounce on.
There is that brilliant backhand up the line just to change the course of the rally. And once again, Wozniacki is deadly accurate.
30.
Just feeding off the pace from Venus Williams. She does it so well. Caroline Wozniacki, so good at redirecting. I know someone else who was sitting right next to me. Just handle any amount of pace.
So high quality, this encounter. Anything slightly short is being pounced on.
You have to, because she can run so many balls down, and you know, for Venus as well, she had a tough match last night, and she's definitely going to try to do more of this. You know, try to keep the rallies shorter, and I think the shorter the rallies, I think the better for Venus.
Has a break point to get the break straight back. Vicious backhand from Venus Williams as she roars straight back. Break apiece. Wozniacki leading 3-2 first set. You mentioned those couple of big finals came against Wozniacki. What was she like before the match, and what was she like after the match?
The same, and that's what I love. You know, no matter, you know, if you would beat her or you would lose to her, she would be just as friendly in the locker room afterwards, and you would actually be able to talk about the match together, and that was rare on tour.
And were you happy to talk before big matches to opponents?
I mean, of course, we didn't talk tactics and things like that, but yeah, we did talk. I mean, it wasn't as, you know, because you're focused, and but it wasn't as open and as relaxing. But you were still able to talk and just kind of joke here and there a little bit.
15.
What an amazing angle from Venus Williams. 153 k's an hour. She took some pace off. Bit of extra cut on the ball. Gets the racket around the outside, and the ball just continues to swing away, almost hitting the signage on the side of the court.
And with Venus Williams, a lot's been made about Wozniacki's psychology going into this one. Love 7 in the head-to-head. But from her point of view, you can answer this after the point. When she's playing, when you're playing in someone where you've got a very good head-to-head record,
40, 30.
are you always expecting something different? And are you always preparing for something different?
I think you just try to focus on the things that you did well in those matches, and no matter you. And at the same time, you also tell yourself, look, it's a new match, it's a new tournament, different surroundings, different environment, and you start with 0-0, and that counts for whoever, even if you're losing in the head-to-head to a player. You just try to tell yourself you have a chance every time you play.
Super game from Venus Williams. And she backs up the break and gets back to level pegging in this opening set.
And again, 5 points.
3 games
won by Venus at net. And she's able to get there because she's setting the points up beautifully. I really like the way Venus is working the ball. I love seeing her play in a way when she uses more spin. We know she can hit hard and flat and through opponents. she's just ever more dangerous when she hits with a bit more angle, gets the ball carrying off and away from the court.
Counter-punching this time from Williams.
I remember playing Caroline in the WTA Finals in 2010, and I just remember stepping off court and just thinking, this is the match where I've played most of the drive volleys. You know, against Caroline, you always look to just take that step forward because you have to try to finish the point by doing it a little bit quicker or a little bit more different than what you're probably used to, and you have to take a little bit more risk. And we've seen Venus do that a little bit more already early on in the first set. Just try to hit. She's hitting a lot more drive volleys than she would in other matches.
Has definitely swung the Americans' way.
I really like Venus hitting back in behind Caroline Wozniacki and wrong footing her. The temptation, I think, for a lot of players is to hit into the big part of the court, and that's what Caroline loves to do, move into the open court. So for Venus to go back in behind her, I think that's just where she was able to catch her out. A lot of players this week, Kim, mentioned the fact it's so difficult against Caroline. You have to chase down so many balls. But you were in here the other day in the commentary booth and said, well, it's a mentality. You go out there. It's a good thing that she gets a lot of balls back, but she doesn't hit a cold, clean winner off the first hit. You quite like being able to set your points up.
You do. You know, I never played a girl like Ostapenko, let's say, but I think I would find it's harder to get into a rhythm against a girl like her than, let's say, to Caroline. Against Caroline, you can really, you know, get into the match and feel comfortable out there. And you know you have a battle, but you have a great battle where you both can play really good tennis and have good intense rallies. And that was something that every time I played was definitely the key.
So you can find your rhythm.
You can find your rhythm, even though if you're not really feeling it or you're a little bit nervous, you can get into a match against her.
Lucky to hold on that occasion. Wozniacki, net court perhaps proved pivotal.
New balls, please.
First game in 3 though for the day, and she's back in front. 4-3 first set.
Venus keeping the balls extremely deep. Really difficult to make any sort of inroads. I like the fact though Caroline is willing to give coming to the net a bit of a go. But I sense she's under pressure in this match more than any other opponent this week.
And Kim, you told us the other night about that you never used to call your coach on. You're not a huge fan of the on-coaching rule. Did you ever get a lift then when your opponent called their coach on?
Yes. In a way, I also think it's a little bit of a sign of weakness, or you know, you're worried or you're in doubt at times, and when things are going well, I wouldn't want, you know, call the coach on court and it to break your rhythm or your way of thinking or your focus. And so yeah, I don't know, maybe it was just me, you know, I just wasn't a big fan of it, but I did enjoy, you know, seeing if I was up a break and I could see my opponent call their coach out on court. I was like, okay, you know, you need some extra help, you know. So yeah, but that's just my opinion.
15.
Oh, the shot was on there for Caroline Wozniacki. I think, though, she could have been half a step further forward, just waiting for the ball to arrive to her instead of making a move towards it.
Wozniacki once again.
She used that court so well to open up, and you can see Venus. She's not waiting in the corner because she knows Caroline is so unpredictable with her backhand. Like, she can go inside out with that backhand cross court deep and down the middle, and you can see that Venus is looking, you know, when she's moving. It's not, she's not waiting in a certain corner where you can do that against some players.
This final really is absolutely fascinating. Just as you think one's perhaps getting on top, back comes the other.
Yeah, they're bringing out the best out of each other, so that's what you want in a final like this.
Use.
Kim's hitting or motioning for a backhand higher, loopier ball, meaning that's what her shot selection needed to be.
Yeah, well,
patience.
Yeah, and also I think she was a little bit surprised about the pace that Caroline took off her shot a little bit too.
Again, so clinical stepping up the court, both of these players in this final.
Oh, she's so good at finding the deep corner, Caroline Wozniacki, but set that point up beautifully with the angle forehand, getting the ball running away. Stepping in beautifully, taking time away from Venus.
Great point here for Wozniacki, and we'll get a second serve to swing at. Tennis, and it's Wozniacki who wins the point and breaks again.
Not sure who deserved that point. Both absolutely belting the ball, and that's why Caroline Wozniacki is so good. When pushed and stretched off the court in a corner, she's so disciplined with hitting through the longest part of the court, going back cross court.
And she gave it all in that last forehand. She tried to go for the winner, but Caroline was there and had the open court down the line. I think that rally would have taken a fair bit out of Venus, but you know, she just has to try and regroup and just stay with it here.
Fine backhand winner, because it wasn't a bad defensive ball from Wozniacki.
And she set that winner up perfectly because of the return. You know, she really stepped into the court, opened up the court to Caroline's backhand, and then the whole down the line side of the court was open.
Williams, I just felt like with her forehand there, she did hit it with a little bit more shape, and I think the flatter she hits it, the more Caroline likes it. When she applies a bit more spin, I think it favours Venus.
It's another
15,
winner.
14.
It's raining winners in Singapore.
And again, after that really long rally in the previous game, you know, she's like 3 short rallies, and she's sticking to the, I think, the tactics that she had early on again.
And the long taxing points and motivation. Something shorter and sharper and quicker. It's exhausting.
Just like before, Venus Williams breaks back straight away again. Sublime tennis all round. It's a stunner of a final.
Wozniacki leads 5 games to 4.
Look at that in terms of winners to unforced errors. 10-2 for Wozniacki, 17-8 for Venus Williams. Whoever loses this set is going to feel a little hard done by the tennis that they have played. Serving to stay in it though here, Venus Williams at 4-5.
Love 15.
Again, Caroline just giving forehand return a little bit more loft, and the reason she does that and why she's so good at it, provides her a fraction more time to move back to the centre of the court, back into a neutral position.
Well, Kim, you won 4 Grand Slams, you won this tournament 3 times, but serving to stay in a set, did you still feel nerves back end of your career?
It's not necessarily nerves. You feel even a little bit more focus, especially on that first point where you feel like in this where you're returning. You really, you want to get love 15 or 15 love up. You want to try and put some extra focus and pressure on your opponent. And you know, Venus has made 2 forehand on first errors early on in the game, so Caroline must be pretty happy with that. She didn't have to do too much. But let's see if she can finish it here.
We haven't seen that
15, 13.
particular shot come out too many times this week in Singapore, and maybe just desperate to finish it too quickly.
Well, 14.
Third forehand error this game. That's one of the things when I played Venus is, you know, the backhand is very, very consistent. And when it gets to big moments, you know, I always try to either serve a little bit more to the forehand or play a little bit more in the forehand, because the chance of getting an error was always a little bit bigger on the forehand side.
2 set points. It's Wozniacki who takes the opening set. Prior to this final, she'd only taken 1 set in the previous 7 matches. But she's in front here in Singapore. Takes the opener by 6 games to 4. What a set of tennis that was. It's good times in the commentary box too. We've gone from one legend to another. Kim Clijsters has just exited. Welcome, Chris Evett.
Thank you. It's nice to be here, and I just want everybody to know I did not kick Kim Clijsters out.
we know the legends are competitive.
And Chris, I have a present for you here with a bit of an Australian flavour. It's 20-cent piece. You practice your point.
Oh, you know what? Did you have a comment about my... Okay, wait a minute. Let me do it here for you. Oh, boy.
Practice
It's
does
tough.
make perfect.
Thank you for noticing that. That really makes me feel good.
It was refreshing to see you do something not so.
Yeah.
Made us all feel better, all those mere mortals.
I choked. I knew it. I knew it. I knew I was going to do it. That shows
final,
you just have to go into something feeling really positive, and I was like so negative. have been superb, haven't they, really? Using all four corners of the court, and both players moving well, and it's just that Venus has a higher ceiling, I think. If she's playing well, it's better than Caroline playing well, but she also has lower moments also, and that Caroline Wozniacki's so solid.
A high quality first set, though, isn't it?
Yes, it was very high quality.
And again, the benefit now of Caroline Wozniacki being able to get more free points from her first serve. I think that's been the biggest change this week here in Singapore. So much more confident.
Yeah, not struggling to win her serves. I think that helps her a lot.
Game, Wozniacki.
As Wozniacki keeps the momentum heading into the second set, takes the first game.
First game, second set.
Caroline has been able to get Venus on the stretch quite a bit and moving, and maybe it just may be time for Venus to go hard and heavy through the middle a few more balls before she opens up the court. As we take a look back now through the first set, a really healthy first serve percentage from Venus Williams. So it's surprising she won the first set. 17 winners, 12 unforced errors. But look at that number 3 from Caroline Wozniacki. Certainly contained any free points or gifts to Venus.
You have to work so hard to win a point from her. I mean, even if you do win a point and it's like a 15-shot rally, chances are you're going to lose the next point. But I think when she was coming in early on in the first set, too, she was doing well, Venus Williams, and perhaps getting Caroline off the court and sneaking up to the net, making the rally shorter would be wise for her to do. I mean, that forehand approach really has improved off Venus Williams.
I think, too, when Venus is returning, I would like to see her go heavier and harder into Caroline's forehand through the middle. I think that's where Caroline needs time to create a quality forehand. She loves pace from the backhand side. Loves to take it on the rise.
She can block it, too, on the backhand side and shorten her swing, but it's harder to do on the forehand side. And that's still the nervous shot, too, when Caroline gets tight, as most players. I feel like she's reading Venus's serve really well tonight, too.
Response from Venus. Of course, American women's tennis in fine fettle at the moment, Chris. How much have you put that down to what Venus and Serena have done over the last 2 decades?
Well, I think it's starting to show the results now, because when they were starting to come up, when they were, 16, 17, 18, the players like Sloane and Madison, I mean, they were little toddlers, and they started playing tennis, I think, because of the Williams sisters.
Just misses.
Yeah, just overcooked it, and that's what Caroline Wozniacki makes you do, because she's so hot on her feet, so quick around the court. You aim for that little bit extra.
She sees the ball early, so she knows, the percentage tennis, and she's always there. Even if she's not lightning fast, she anticipates well. And I don't think that 7-0 record really comes into effect that much in this match, because to me, Wozniacki's a different player than she was a few years back.
As she breaks again, maybe it will be 8th time lucky. Picks up an early break in the second set. And Mary Pierce is also courtside. Mary, what have you made of the final so far?
Hi, Chrissy. Hi, Alicia. Hi, Pete. Hi. Hello, everybody. Well, it's just great to be here next to the court. I'm not going to talk too loud, because I'm very close to the players, but it's just amazing to see the speed of the ball. It's just not the same when you're up in the booth or when you're watching it on TV, but how fast Venus Williams is hitting the ball, but even how fast her Caroline Wozniacki is moving, getting to all these shots, and counter punching the power shots of Venus Williams, and she's just bringing another one back. And it just seems that physically, I think this match is just too tough for Venus Williams.
Mary, do you see any way of Venus Williams turning it around?
I think for Venus, she's going to have to serve a little bit better because Caroline is returning her serve. And when you take away Venus Williams' serve, you've taken away one of her big weapons. So Venus has got to mix up her serves a little bit more, go to the body as well, and also try to come to the net as soon as she can and keep the points as short as possible, because the longer the points go, the more in favor to Wozniacki they'll be.
Thanks, Mary. We'll no doubt come back to you a little later on in this intriguing final.
15.
I mean, she just can't miss those. Second serve returns Venus Williams, and she's attacking them, which she has to do. And that one, she tried to come into the net, but she's just making too many unforced errors. And Venus Williams also is not winning her second serve returns. She's 27% second serve points won. That's low for her because she's got a good second serve.
Struggled with it all week, though. Venus Williams, she's 7th out of 8 in that statistic. After the court being a factor there too.
And speaking, you mentioned, Chris, that Caroline has a read on her serve, and Venus, I think when she's not confident, she tends to get a lot of cut and slice on her second serve. And it does become predictable.
And it's that forehand.
30.
Just not going through the court as fast as, say, a grass court or a fast hard court. The ball's on this surface.
Doesn't it? What great, execution.
That's what you have to do to win a point. And how can you do that for 2 sets straight? I mean,
14.
A lot of players find it difficult. I mean, Caroline Wozniacki, remember, she ran that marathon. Like 7.5 minute miles. How is that possible? I can't even run 1 mile in 7.5 minutes. That's just incredible. So she can be out there all day if she needs to be.
She's doing a great job, Caroline Wozniacki, mixing the heights to the forehand of Venus Williams. And I think that's proved the decisive factor in this match. Too many errors on that side from Venus Williams. But it's because Caroline's really shifting her hitting height, really challenging Venus. She's not seeing the same ball over and over again. Smart.
That wide serve of Caroline Wozniacki's is the big improvement this tournament, I feel. Getting her opponent off the court, and if you can serve that way against Venus Williams and get her off the court, you know that it's a sharp angle.
Wozniacki backs up the break, on a roll right now as the Dane. Thank you very much, Chris Evett, for joining us. It's been a pleasure again.
Thank you. Enjoyed it with you too.
3 games.
Oh, I know. Give me the coin back. I'll go practice for next year. Thank you very much.
Well, the psychology of this final was fascinating coming into it, wasn't it? The fact that Venus Williams had won their previous 7 matches.
Ladies and gentlemen, behind the players' seats.
Is she going to lose to her opponent today for the first time? On the stage to do it too. We know Venus is a fighter. Love 3-second set. We almost wrote Venus Williams off time and time again, haven't we, this week? But time and time again, she's responded, she's come back. Has she got one more big effort left in the tank, Alicia? Did Wozniacki run and win in that rally?
Well, before that point, Pete, I would have said yes, absolutely, she has it in her, Venus Williams. And yes, she has continued to surprise. This entire event here in Singapore has been able to find that little bit extra. I wouldn't put it past her. That's what the greats do. Even if they are suffering fatigue, they can operate on autopilot.
First.
She's been in this situation so many times, Venus Williams.
Tennis once again from Venus Williams. The only criticism we've had all week of Caroline Wozniacki was at that point of 5-4 in the deciding set against Garcia. Just backed away a fraction in that match when trying to get over the finish line. So far she's been stunning in this one. Again, there's the smart return, the different shape, the different height.
30.
And it's difficult hitting a slower ball on this surface. It holds up, and that's why I think it's really important to be physical through the ball. The times that Venus hasn't been able to execute her forehand and has missed a few, I think she's largely been stationary. Really have to move at and through the ball.
Cutting.
She could still be warming up, Venus Williams. It really took her until the third set against Caroline Garcia to really hit her straps.
Game, deuce.
There's so much going on out there. Even the umpire getting a little confused. Venus Williams just wanting to confirm that the call was out, and so it is deuce. Again, having to generate all of her own power and speed on the ball, and brings the error.
Advantage.
Wozniacki has just bamboozled her opponent today.
And that's the Wozniacki mentality. I'm going to force you to absolutely need to go to work today.
And Venus Williams, who said in her interview she likes her job. Might have been a tough day at the office today, though. She's nearly made that too. We all could have just got up and walked home, had she? Nothing is ever dead when you've got Caroline Wozniacki on the court.
Don't mind that serve from Venus. I think she's going, or has been going wide on too many occasions on the deuce side. I think she's allowed Caroline Wozniacki to open herself or open Venus up with angle. And just going through the centre corridor just contains the amount of angle that Wozniacki can hit with.
And that's long as well. And the day at the office just got even tougher for Venus Williams as Wozniacki breaks again.
Wozniacki leads.
What a performance.
4 games to 0.
Can she finish it off? 2 games away from the biggest title of her career. Is courtside. Mary, what are you making of the variation of Wozniacki's shots?
15.
Well, Pete, it's just impressive. Wozniacki is a better player than the 2.5 years ago since they've played the last time. That's what Chris Evert was saying. The 7-0 head-to-head for Venus Williams doesn't mean very much because she's improved so much. But, you know, I give so much credit to Venus Williams.
On the left, center service line. The ball's called out.
I'm on the side of the court next to her and just been watching this last game and how she's playing with so much heart and so much grit. You just almost want to see her do better in the score because she's just really never giving up for anything.
Another wondrous shot from Wozniacki. Is it obvious the varying speeds that the Dane is hitting with courtside?
Well, it's impressive because Caroline is handling Venus's power very well. It's not hurting her, and she's able to accelerate as soon as there's anything a little bit short. She's stepping into the court, and she's hitting the ball very well. And also using the spin on her forehand side, hitting it higher and deeper, pushing Venus back. So it is definitely bothering Venus.
Thanks, Mary. We'll no doubt come back to you, perhaps in just a few minutes' time. And this match could well be done, but
15.
Venus Williams will have a say about that.
And a telling sign too, only 4 unforced errors for Caroline Wozniacki. What I've seen over the last game or two is she's making more of her opportunities. Now she's pouncing. She's worn Venus out and now she's going for it.
40-13.
Second ace for Wozniacki. Make that a third ace. They were level before that serve on the ace count, but Wozniacki's in front, and she's in front in every way of this final.
5 games to 0.
A game away from winning it. 5-love. Venus Williams is some champion, some fighter. This one isn't done just yet, but it's a long, long way back for the great champion. Serving to stay in the match is Venus Williams. Love 5.
Capital up that serve from Venus Williams.
15.
Directing it into the body of Caroline Wozniacki. Just struggled to get out of the way.
$15.
15. Caroline Wozniacki's really stepped up her attack. The last 3 returns of serve, she's prepared to make a slight adjustment with her grip, just chip the ball back. She's so good at adjusting to what she receives. She's won a set to love in every match, Caroline Wozniacki. So Venus Williams about to upset the trend.
Or is she?
40-13.
Gets herself on the scoreboard in this second set, Venus Williams.
New balls, please.
You have to say it's deserved. Such a popular figure around the world as the great champion.
5 games to 1.
Is the comeback on?
She's had a strong following from the crowd here in Singapore as Venus Williams. They're all willing her on.
Serving for the championship with new balls at 5-1. Goes to her favourite serve, straight up.
It's been commonplace, hasn't it? First serve, first point of every service game. That has been the tendency of Wozniacki. A little surprised though Venus isn't cheating to that side, taking half a step to her right in anticipation.
Maybe perhaps more nerves here though for Wozniacki. 1, it's the biggest title of her career if she gets over the line. 2, though, never beaten her opponent before.
Absolutely. She's older, she's wiser, been through so many more experiences. Always a pretty calm head on her shoulders.
It's great tennis from Venus Williams. Always called out. Williams is challenging. Look mightily close. Just nicked the top of the net, and it's nicked the side of the line too.
15-13.
Has Wozniacki got a little tight here? It's so positive throughout the match.
Remain quiet during the point.
Now you do it after 10 times, like it's supposed to be happening from the first time. The same guy, if he does it again, you better send him out.
Getting a little frustrated with one of the spectators here, making a bit of noise every time she steps up to the line. Break points for Venus Williams. tennis from Wozniacki.
Just so good, isn't she? When pushed wide on the stretch, in range. Caroline Wozniacki so good at getting the ball back cross court. Superb movement, applies enough spin. Just again, continually getting the ball back to Venus, forcing her into awkward positions.
Williams keeps coming at Wozniacki, and she has one of the breaks back that she needs.
Wozniacki leads 5 games.
Wozniacki, though, still leading 5-2 second set. Mary Pierce is still courtside. Noticed anything different in the last couple of games, Mary?
Well, definitely, Pete. You could just see how Caroline Wozniacki was starting to get a little bit nervous, a little bit tight, and how the external things around on the court were starting to bother her. She's letting those things get to her, and those are signs of nerves. Definitely started to get frustrated with that person that called out during that point, and those are signs that she's starting to get tight and nervous.
My father, well, Alicia tells me, said stay calm a couple of times to her.
Yeah, I think he was just telling her to play point by point and concentrate, if I understood that correctly.
Let's see if she can do that in this game. Again, Williams serving to stay in it. Thank you, Mary.
Williams. She's taking charge, forcing Caroline Wozniacki firmly within the Singapore sign at the back of the court. She is hitting with some sort of penetration. What a way to finish.
To the previous point, do you feel Wozniacki was aggressive enough with the second serve return? It was a short second serve.
15.
No, and it may just come back to bite her. And she let it happen once. And really important now that she corrects that.
40-15.
Venus Williams is punishing her. Anything slightly short, as she has done throughout the match. Comeback is on. Great aggressive tennis from Venus Williams.
Oh, it's fantastic to watch, isn't it?
5-3.
Venus Williams stepping into the court, playing from the purple of the court. That's what we love to see.
So for the second time, serving for the championship. Can she get the job done this time? There's that serve again.
It really has been the go-to throughout this match. She's been able to draw Venus Williams out wide. Often a weaker reply.
Long levers for Venus Williams. It was some serve, but 6'1" tall. What a return.
6'1" and on the full stretch. Incredible wingspan.
unforced error we've seen from Venus Williams from 5-love. It's a rocket.
Just believes, doesn't she? Doesn't matter what the score is, what the situation, whether she's committed a few too many unforced errors. Venus Williams will stick to her guns, clawing her way back into this set.
It's almost as if Venus Williams has found another level of power hitting.
And it shouldn't be surprising because she did it last night against Caroline Garcia.
30-14.
Was 5-love. Venus Williams with the chance to get back to 5-4. World. From a legend of the game. Just sublime tennis. From 5-love to 5-4, it's game on again.
5 games to 4.
And the crowd is just incredible. You can see how they really are wanting Venus to come back. And I'm telling you, she's playing with so much heart. It's absolutely incredible.
Well, that fan was saying one more for Venus Williams here, and it's back level.
15.
And after the exertion, the last point of the last game, Venus Williams didn't even have energy for any sort of reaction, Pete. Took everything out of her. And two things for me, or for both of us, which we were speaking about off-air. Caroline Wozniacki arguing at the beginning, well, at the end of the second set when we thought it was in its closing stages. 5-love up, sign of nerves. One return of serve she didn't quite hit when she had the opportunity.
Venus Williams has taken advantage of both of those situations. It's almost as if she's thrived off them. But has she made that one?
Wozniacki shot a call on the left passed line. The ball's called in.
The atmosphere is electric in this Singapore indoor stadium right now. Get the feeling they want a third set. They want to see more of this amazing match. They could well get it if Venus Williams continues to keep finding the lines. Everything's going her way right now.
Thank you.
But it's going her way because she stepped up. I don't think Caroline Wozniacki has really dropped her level. It's Venus that has made her own impact and footprint in this second set.
Who'd be a boyfriend? credit Wozniacki. We talked about the second serve that she didn't step on before. Rights those wrongs with that second serve return. And almost out of nowhere, all the momentum has been with Venus Williams, but now it is championship point for Wozniacki.
What a way to go about it for Venus Williams. You have to admire that.
Yes.
On the biggest of occasions, she steps up to the plate. Playing to win, that's all she's ever done her entire career. Venus Williams always sticks with her A game.
Flash off, please. Behind the players. Right side.
Not sure he realised. Not the time we want to be on TV.
Hey.
Again, that's gutsy tennis from Wozniacki. Just working Venus from side to side.
Advantage.
Father's on his feet. Is this the moment? Second championship point. For Caroline, as Wozniacki wins the WTA Finals, the Dane claims the biggest title of her career with a simply sensational display, and it had to be against one of the greats of the game who came back, but it was Wozniacki who found a way to get over the line, and what a week it's been for the world number 6. Defeats Venus Williams 6-4, 6-4 in an hour and 29 minutes of dramatic tennis.
Venus, it has been an incredible week, an incredible year for you. Singapore has fallen in love with you.
Thank you. I love being here. It's an honor. Only 8 people get to be here, and I do hope to return.
How special to be back on this stage at the WTA Finals. You're a former champion. You know how much this trophy is going to mean to Caroline in just a couple of minutes. It takes a lot of people, a village, to get you to where you've been. I'm sure there's a lot of people you want to mention and a lot going on in your heart right now.
Yeah, of course. Congratulations to Carol. What a week. You played well. I tried my best. It didn't seem to come up with my best tennis until it was too late, I guess. So I'll try to play a little better earlier next time. Might be a good plan. Congratulations to her team, too. They put a lot of work in throughout the years. To her dad, too, who's very dedicated. Congrats to you guys. And thank you also to my team. It's been a long year, and I think we're all ready for a rest.
Caroline, we have all witnessed the biggest day of your career, your 27th title, the biggest title yet so far. Your heart must just be jumping through your chest right now.
Yeah, it definitely was. After being up 5-11 that second set, and then I just saw the games kind of running by and the balls flying by me, and I knew that Venus had stepped it up, and I knew that she was going to, the champion that she is, and I was just praying that she was going to make some errors in the end, and that I was going to get lucky, and I got lucky today. But yeah, I'll take it.
What does today mean to you on so many different levels? You're back into the elite's top 10. It's paid off. You've worked so hard to get back into form. So much to be appreciative for, and so many who have helped you.
Yeah, definitely. You know, it's been an amazing year, and last year was tough with injuries and all that, but I fought my way back, and to stand here and win this title means a lot to me. I want to obviously thank my team and my boyfriend who's here, and my dad and Sasha and everybody, Julian, Mikkel, Dadek, my mom, my dad, my dog, my little nephew at home. You know, he's probably fallen asleep already with my speech, but and then, yeah, I also want to thank Lagardère Sports for putting on this event, and WTA, obviously the tournament director, and everybody. And I want to congratulate Venus on a great week and a great year. And I'm sorry for today, but I'm sure that we're going to have a lot of amazing matches in the future. And 8 is my lucky number. So if it wasn't today, I lost 7 previous meetings. So I was thinking if not today, then it's never going to happen. So thank you for letting me have this one.
Caroline, well said. And there you have her, ladies and gentlemen, your 2017 BNP Paribas WTA Finals Singapore, presented by SC Global Singles Champion Caroline Wozniacki.